All right, everybody. So this is now the New York session. In about 2 more minutes, then NASDAQ's gonna open. We can start to see the new move. So obviously, NASDAQ is potentially going to continue the move to the upside, and the funny thing actually now is that NASDAQ has not pulled back into the nearby area of interest, and it's basically just going for this high, right? So most likely we might not be able to enter the trade. If it doesn't pull back, we will not be able to enter into the trade unless it pull back. So if NASDAQ does pull back, then we should be able to enter the trade. But if it doesn't pull back, then we will not be able to enter into the trade. So let's give it a minute. Let's give it a minute. So far on the new account, with phase 2, I haven't taken any trades yet. So it's still like that. And yesterday I break down the plan, how we're going to trade the phase 2 as well. I break it down on the YouTube channel. I shared a latest video similarly to how we actually trade the phase 1. It's also how we're going to be trading the phase 2 as well. So let's see how it goes. There's 1 more minute to the opening, and we would see if we are able to get a trade or not. So the way the market structure is right now, because the way I prefer to take trade, I prefer to have price in my area of interest, so I can take a trade. And right now, if let's say yesterday when we bought the trade here, if we were still holding the trade, it's a different ball game. But now we're not in any trade, and the price is low, it's just at the top, it's in middle of nowhere. So we cannot potentially enter the trade from where it is right now. Because if you have to enter the trade from where it is now, your stop loss has to be so big, like here. The stop loss is almost like 200 points, and you can only get yourself a 1-to-1 for the target, and also best to just stay out of the markets today. And that's exactly what's happening. So NASDAQ is pushing. Potentially NASDAQ can go and take this high from where it is now. It's pushing a lot, so it can go take this high, basically. So if NASDAQ should make the push here, then we're going to see the pullback, and then most likely until tomorrow before we can see NASDAQ in our area of interest, so we can take trades from tomorrow. But today it's more like just letting the market do whatever it wants to do, let it go the direction it wants to go, and we are going to just be watching. All right, so let's just, this stream will potentially run for the first 15 minutes of the opening, so we can just potentially see what NASDAQ wants to do. And with that, we would potentially just, we would wait and see what NASDAQ wants to do. Okay. With that, let's give it a minute. Let us wait. Let's wait for NASDAQ to finish. So I'm just going to be here. Yeah, I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna be waiting to see what NASDAQ's going to do, right? And I'm gonna try and do something else while I'm actually waiting. Let's take a look at S&P 500. Let's see. Oh, S&P 500 as well is pulling up over US 30. US 30 is in a different scenario, right? So the direction for NASDAQ now is that NASDAQ needs to go and take this high. At least it's going to test it. Then potentially there's going to be sellers waiting at that level. So the sellers that are waiting at this level, they are going to potentially, push the price back downward, or at least they will cause a reaction for the trade, for the buyers, right? So over here, let's call it a watch zone. I wouldn't call it a supply zone. I'll just call it a, an area to look out for sellers. Anyway, we've had a good move to the downside from this level, right? From this level, we had a significant move, and then from there, now we are potentially now going back to retest the how strong this level can be. So NASDAQ can do one thing. One, from where we are now, it can break out, of this level, or pull back, and then even keep going again. So we're gonna see how it goes. We are going to see how it goes. We are going to see how it goes. We will see how it goes. All right, NASDAQ is just, I don't think we're having any trade on NASDAQ today until tomorrow. Yeah, because we need to see NASDAQ creating a structural level for us. So if NASDAQ creates a structure for us, then we will be able to enter. Right now, nothing. So we're just waiting to see what the first 15 minutes of NASDAQ is going to do, and we can potentially just call it a day. So, and this is one thing about trading: you need to show up every single time. Either you see an opportunity or not, show up. At least you see what the market is doing, and then you are able to, to stay with it and all. Yeah, and pretty much it. I've actually been having a good win rate in February, especially. Most of my trades are like profit. I got a profit here. I got profit there. This one was a stop loss. I got a profit here. I got another profit right here. Like I've just been having like back-to-back profits in February itself. Anyway, it's a beautiful month, so it's a good one. It's a good one. It's a good one. All right, we're still waiting for what NASDAQ is gonna do. Sometimes while waiting, I just use my tab to check how my other projects are going. So it's amazing. Trading is fun, especially, you just come, you show up, you see an opportunity, you take it. You don't see an opportunity, you go away, you don't do anything. And if the opportunity was good, you're gonna get rewarded for the opportunity that you're able to pick. And if not, also the same thing. But right now, NASDAQ is slowly pushing up. Let's say the trade we had yesterday, the 1 to 3, if we were holding it until today, until it gets to that zone, that would be a 1 to 5, even 1 to 6 risk to reward. Bro, if you get this kind of a trade on a live account, like a 1 to 6 risk to reward, I'm going to hold that trade until the full TP, because it's the same risk that I'm going to potentially use to, make so much more money. So when we get to the live stage and I saw a trade that has the potential of giving us a 1 to 6, 1 to 5, I'm going to take that trade and I'm going to hold it. Either I will hold it for 2, 3, 4 days. I'm going to just do it because that is way better than looking for multiple trades. It's very good than looking for multiple trades. So now though, NASDAQ is approaching that level already and it's slowly getting into that level. I think NASDAQ is just going to easily get to that level, and from there, it's going to make a decision. Alrighty, we are potentially now approaching the I think the stream, we're gonna end it right here. I wanted to wait for the first 15 minutes to finish, but apparently there's no need for us to do that. We're not having any trade opportunity today. However, if later in the day, NASDAQ should pull back into any of the demand zones. So NASDAQ needs to pull back into these demand zones before we are able to take any trade. And however, if from where NASDAQ is right now, NASDAQ take this level, then we need to see pull back into this level, or even better still, into this demand zone right here. And that would be like the, the level with the most probability. So this may happen today, between today and tomorrow. And if that happens by tomorrow, we will see a better opportunity to take the trade in the new account. All right, with that said, this will be the end of the stream today, and potentially we'll come back again tomorrow London session to reanalyze what the market is doing and then see which opportunity we can take. All right, thank you everyone for coming as usual. If you have any question, always leave it in the comment section or join the Telegram channel with the link in the description, and we are going to be sharing much more with each other. Thank you everyone for coming. Happy and safe trading. See you tomorrow morning London session.